But in Fallout, radiation doesn't kill you. It makes you stronger, it makes you glow, and sometimes it even gives you mutant superpowers. It's like a radioactive vitamin, a gym supplement, Chernobyl edition. Darwin would look at this and say, wait, I didn't predict that evolution. In the end, Fallout turned cancer into a DLC for heroes. Now, before you buy into that, let's talk about what radiation really does. First, it jumps into your DNA and plays Lego without the manual. Result? Mutation. And not the stylish kind like turning into Wolverine. We're talking mutation version cancer in 2x speed. Second, radiation fries cells in bulk. Internal burns, organ failure. It's basically deep-fried chicken, except you are the chicken. Third, the classics. Hair falling out, constant vomiting, and a slow, painful death that even Todd Howard couldn't sell as a game feature. So yeah, in real life, you wouldn't become a superhero. You'd be that random NPC coughing blood who dies in the cutscene before the story even begins. And then, Fallout shows up with its completely questionable logic. Radiation, which in real life is basically the boogeyman of your health, becomes a radioactive vitamin supplement. Like those pills that promise muscles and intelligence at the same time, but in real life only give you stomach pain. Look at the examples. Ghouls. People who should basically be toast turn into immortal zombies. Do they age? Barely. Do they get sick? Almost never. All they're missing is the superhero cape. Super mutants. Basically humans who did radioactive CrossFit for 5 years and forgot to study. Huge, muscular, unstoppable, with the IQ of a potato. But hey, they're tough, so that counts, right? The player. You can literally pick perks that make you resistant to radiation and even give you temporary powers. Want to throw fire? Want to be immune to rads? No problem. It's all part of the radioactive hero package. In short, in Fallout's world, cancer became a passive ability in your inventory. Like, congrats, you gained +5 resistance and -10 life expectancy. Okay, now let's pretend this makes scientific sense. Spoiler, it doesn't. First, imagine the absurd theory. Radiation doesn't kill you, it accelerates evolution. Every dose is like a human software patch. Darwin would be rolling in his grave. Now imagine faulty genes suddenly giving you useful powers. In real life, a broken gene usually makes you a hospital statistic. In Fallout, it gives you claws, night vision, super strength, or turns your muscles into glowing jello. Super mutants? They're literally radioactive CrossFit mixed with an RPG skill tree. +10 strength, -30 intelligence. It's the graph nobody asked for. Radiation up, arrow, superpowers up. Radiation up, 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 arrow, intelligence down. So yeah, the more you glow, the less you think. Sounds like Instagram, but it's Fallout science. And don't forget the side effects. Explosions, giant monsters, or that one annoying friend who insists he knows how to survive and dies first anyway. At the end of the day, Fallout basically says, if you can't beat radiation, turn it into a superpower and ignore logic. It's pseudoscience made for chaos, confusion, and a few glowing rats along the way. Let's be honest. In real life, a nuclear reactor doesn't give you superpowers. It gives you a job in Chernobyl, and if you're lucky, a closed casket funeral. But sure, if radiation was that good, gyms would just be microwaves. Stick your head in for 30 minutes, boom, muscles, stamina, maybe even X-ray vision. Imagine the new fitness trend. Radioactive workout, 10 minutes a day and you'll be the Hulk. And that's when you realize Fallout isn't a science manual, it's satire. It's a way of saying, forget logic, forget consequences, just glow and survive. At its core, it's dark humor, the kind that makes you laugh while thinking, okay, if I try this at home, I'm dead. That's the art of mixing nuclear disaster with entertainment. The truth is, Fallout was never about real science. It's about hope, or at least a weird post-apocalyptic version of hope. It's about believing that even when everything blows up around you, you can still become something greater, or at least bigger, uglier, stronger, and more questionable. In the end, the game teaches one lesson. Reality sucks, but in Fallout, even the worst scenario comes with perks and skill upgrades. So if you ever feel small or weak, just remember, in Fallout, anyone can shine. Literally. Just don't expect to keep your brain cells. So, next time your Geiger counter starts going click, 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 remember, in real life, you're heading to the hospital. But in Fallout, you're gaining XP, perks, and maybe some radioactive muscles. Choose your reality. And hey, if you enjoyed laughing at pseudoscience, absurd logic, and dark humor, don't just sit there. Hit that like button, comment what mutation you'd want, and subscribe to the channel before the rads kick in.